So we trust this this thing that we can use. Let's put the volatility aside, as you 100% said. Things are very volatile until there's enough people buying and selling it, which means there's enough people agreeing on what it's worth today, right? Like stocks that don't have much liquidity, they will be 1 cent one day, 10 cents the next, and that's a lot of volatility. And
penny
one
stocks
person
are penny
buying
stocks
it,
until they're not.
one person can move it, right? So when you have 1 billion people buying that stock, it's going to be far less volatile. So let's put the volatility aside. That explains why it's still volatile, being just a tiny proportion of the world market. But we've said that it's a trustworthy, transparent thing because of the technology involved in it, and because of the there's no central control, which means that the people investing in it. So even at $1 trillion market cap, it's still a huge number of people and a huge volume. So there's a vast number of people that are buying and selling it, which means there's a vast number of people who are agreeing on what value it should be. And there's a vast number of people agreeing that there is some value in using this transparent, digitally recorded, and transparency is probably the biggest factor, thing to put a value on it. Okay, so then does that mean that it's kind of like, and we're just talking about Bitcoin now, because there's so many different other aspects which we'll come to, but if we're just talking about Bitcoin, is it a bit like gold? So people know what gold is. And then we said earlier that the value of gold is far exceeds its actual commercial use value. And I guess I would argue that the reason for that is that people trust gold. People say, I've got this lump of yellow metal, and because I know that billions of people around the world think that it's valuable, and billions of people around the world will always pay something for it, which is where it gets its value, it is therefore a valuable thing.
That's the only reason.
When in reality, when people talk about, oh, the world's going to end, we better buy gold, I think in my mind, why would you buy gold? What are you going to do with a piece of metal? You can't you can't eat it. Right?
This is one of those great fallacies. And it's exactly as you have said, it's something we agree on now. But can I consider the first guy who was offered a lump of gold for his goats? Consider what that economy was like. Consider that as a disruptive innovation and the heartache that those disruptive innovators first went through. Consider when fiat money first came in, the first guy who was offered a piece of paper for his lump of gold and went, what are you smoking? What am I giving you this for? Every major transition in our financial system has faced considerable consternation and difficulty and transition.